All right, so without further ado, let's finally open up this box and let's see what these are all about. And we'll log the first impressions. So here's the box they came in. All right, so first thing I'm seeing is these are pretty well packaged. We've got this sort of bubble material in here to keep stuff from moving around. They've included a trucker's hat in here, so that's pretty cool. TRACT branded. I like the color. I'll probably actually wear that. We've got more packaging. We've got a soft binoculars case. And again, packed pretty nicely in here. We've got the binoculars. So we'll take this out of the bag. So, first thing I'm noticing is premium packaging. They've used some really cool finish carton board on these, similar to like if you buy an expensive iPhone or something. All right, so what is in the box? So we've got a lens cloth, okay. Again, very premium packaging. They've got kind of this styrofoam material to keep stuff from moving around in there. Pretty cool. And here are the binoculars. So they're kind of nested down in a custom cutout styrofoam situation in there. So that's kind of cool. There's also a neck strap in here. This appears to be neoprene. Yeah, neoprene neck strap. And here they are. So the first thing I'm noticing is it is a nice grippy finish. It's a little bit sticky to my hands, which is a good thing. That means I'm not going to drop them. So we've got our lens caps that fold down. And they are removable if you don't want those on there. So that's kind of nice. I'll just take them off for now. And we've got this removable eye cup cap. So I would say interpupillary distance adjustment seems pretty consistent with what I'm used to. Let's try the eye cup adjustment. Okay, one thing I'm really liking about the eye cup adjustment right away is they click into place really well. It's almost like a cam lock thing where if I compare the Vortex, for example, these eye cups always move around on me. So for example, if I expand it and I just push on it, it almost wants to go down on its own. It doesn't lock into place very well. So that it sort of self-collapses. Where the first thing I'm noticing about these is these are better. You unscrew them and they actually drop down in like a little groove there. So if I press on them, they don't want to go anywhere. So that's pretty cool. As far as focus, I would say that's pretty typical of what I've come to expect from different optics. Not all that different than a Vortex, for example. Not all that different than my Nikons. We've got this diopter. I'm not quite seeing the locking feature on here. They say it's lockable. Ah, there it is. It clicks. So I don't know if you can see that. So you pull it out, and now I can turn it, and you push it in, and now it's locked. So that is cool. I like that a lot. Looking through them. So the interpupillary distance does adjust small enough for my eyes. That's nice. Like I said before, my eyes are quite close together. And I would say right about there is comfortable. And you can see those barrels are almost touching each other in the middle. So you can't go much closer than that. Maybe I can go a little further apart. Right about there is where I need them. So just a tiny gap in there. Close focus. I'm just trying to focus across a room here, and I can. So that's pretty cool. The diopter is pretty close right out of the box. I assume that's adjusted to 0. And looks like here's our tripod adapter feature. So that must be just a little unscrewable plate. And it is. So it's just this little plastic cover with the TRACT branding on it. So that unscrews, and I'm trying not to drop it. So that little plastic piece comes off, and then you're left with your 1/4-20 tripod insert there. So we'll screw that back on because I'm not going to be using a tripod right away with these. So I would say first impressions right out of the box, these are very comparable to my Vortex Diamondback HDs. So they cost twice as much. I'm hopeful that the cost delta will be made up for in the image quality. So we'll see. That'll be the next thing we test. I plan on taking them out in the backyard and doing a little backyard comparison